Alright, my name's Lloyd Young. Some of my friends are leaving right now. I'm watching them leave. The story of all my shows, probably. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just going like, I'm going to do a few, then these guys, Rosie's going to do like one or two, then TK's going to do one or two, sort of going to mix it around. That's sort of how the show's going to be. Anyway, this is about politics, and it's called Love Letters to Nigel Farage. I've heard their darkest fears about the Union Jack, about the Euro Socialist, Helen Rivers Black, Clement Attlee's treacherous acts, Hollywood money, calm down Mac, I've been told we're a nation in fucking debt, but I still can't see how Britain is under threat. I've read the Daily Mail's wall of shame about a single mother's welfare claim. There are 5 pillars of Islam, all designed to do us harm. They're going to take away our cigarettes, but I still can't see how Britain is under threat. Nigel Farage screams my name, tells me all to bloody blame. The immigrants gouge away at English culture day by day. I've been told to fear the suffragettes, but I still can't see how Britain is under threat. Thank you. So yeah, I'll do a couple of political ones and then I'll hand the mic over, because that is what Free Poets One Mic is. Basically, for an hour. For an hour. Who's going to come? Everyone, yeah, that's why we got TK involved, because he's a better poet than me, and Rosie. Alright, this is called, well, the title appears on the very last line. It's about a right-wing person I really don't like. Glenn? It's not here. You are a right-wing cunt. Your vicious solutions are verbal pollutions. You read from newspapers with breasts at the centre, next to the latest update on the ZUT for sex offenders. You pull your lips back and say, look, I'm a black, but there's only one word for you. Twat. Alright, here's my last political one. It's one of my shortest poems, and it's called Reflections on an EDL March in Brighton. In the streets, bastards run, fascists, everyone. Thank you.
This is called Mitochondria. I've ended up kind of by accident doing poems to all the female artists I really like in the world over the past 2 years, and I suddenly realised, I could put those together. So I'm going to be doing that. So this is called Mitochondria for Patti Smith. Woo! Mama grew bad flowers out of her butt cheeks, tack-a-tack rhythms running a train track through cotton panties. She found me in the street. The way Albertine found her, the way Jean Genet found her, the whole bastard ancestry of rock star poets going back to God herself, and now God is shucking oysters at the deli, watching the sweat hiss down salt arms till it evaporates halfway to the ground. Mama, I've got a belly full of poems and a demon on my back, and all the demons come with backups. Show me a cruciform and they'll reboot. Mama, they raped me by the station. Mama, they chained me to the earth. Mama, my body doesn't fit like it used to. And I've been to sleep at night thinking I would die. And I've been to sleep at night wishing I would die. And I've been to sleep at night, woke up in Père Lachaise breathing bone dust. Mama, where were you in the night? Where was your holy voice and your lips that looked like mine? Where were your wings when I needed them? Mama, I have seen the face of God, and she is awkward. White shirt, boy elbows, sainted urchin, car crash alchemist. Mama, thank you. You taught me rough and weird and urgent. Mama, thank you. Thank you. Amen.
Ones, so bear with me. It's about being bullied. I'm ginger and was a bit weird, and I'm still ginger and still a bit weird. And it gets better for anyone. You meet more weird people when they accept your weirdness. That's great. The hashtag it gets better for being ginger. I think we should start a whole new campaign just for gingers. Yes, Tom, I'm looking at you. Yeah, so this is called Confidence, but I don't really think that's a very good title for it, so I'm just going to read it really. Beaten off my A-game. Haven't written anything in ages as I sit and watch the words wither and waste away. So, as the precipitate pitter-pat on the window pane, I sat back and cracked a fat sack and took a trip down memory lane, different pictures leading the way. And with the 6x4 spread across my floor, I got to thinking of who I used to be, looking for answers regarding the future me. A hazy daze takes me back. I miss lazy days, making daisy chains, or the crazy ways in which we'd play one game for days and get waylaid in worlds that we made. I miss when hopes were dreams, When we lost time in rolling fields of green, now we roll our green on fields because it got too real dying to be free. When tripping meant a graze, not damage to the brain, and stress was homework or doing up the top button on your polo shirt. Speeding down empty roads, glittered beads rattling in spokes, feeling the air flow through functioning lungs of young ones, stretching day one through endless months of sun. Then I found an old backpack, read a diary and got backtracked, saw a kind of me as I lost track and it all came rushing back. My history recorded the years of awkward torture, an absurd blur of the whirlwind of being a teen and trying to find me. See, I've always been shy, but people could never see why, because with hair like a fucking beacon, I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy to hide. What a freak. Face a speckled mess of freckles, don't try and speak, everybody wants to shout and heckle. It's just another day of another week. Weak because you cry and weak because it hurts. Weak because it's cool to be different, because there's always someone with it worse. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but let's not pretend that breaks don't mend and aren't specifically screamed to personally offend. But I wasted so much time in hiding. Made up of cracks and fissures, the light inside flickering like broken fixtures, until someone told me giving in was just letting them win. So now, I'm a vegan because I believe there's a reason, and I won't pretend I'm on a non-animal byproduct diet because I believe in something and others don't like it. Or when my dad says, don't dress like that if you want a life that's quiet. If you don't want to be shouted at in the street, just try it. You are you and you don't have to question why. Those that do only want you to lie, so fuck the fuckers that made you feel butters. Surround yourself with good people, be positive and you'll see you'll reap the rewards that for so long you thought could never be yours. Thank you.
Good use of buttons. South London slang for everyone. Alright, so this is my section of my sort of set, which is probably more about drinking. This one's called Whiskey. A brown-haired girl lets her fist curl in the pub in the West End. I can't drink whiskey without losing a friend. She calls me a cunt, I let her grunt, so I try not to offend. But I can't drink whiskey without losing a friend. I order a non-alcoholic drink, but discover they fucking stink. We can try to make amends, but I prefer whiskey to most of my friends. Here's my vegetarian poem. I didn't know you were a vegan.
Yeah, straight up.
Cool. Yeah, I'm a very shit vegan, insofar as I still drink red wine and eat chocolate, you know. Anyway, here's my sort of vegetarian poem about getting the last 25 home and it stinks of chicken flesh. I see a man on his way home tearing flesh from bones, chicken living without breath, and now the night bus smells like death. I wish I had wings so I could fly off with my onion rings. No one let him touch their breasts, and now the night bus smells like death. Thank you. There's a lot of cuts of chicken related jokes in there, which I feel like I get underappreciated. So it's best not to worry about it. Anyway, this is about Brighton and about late night bars and what Brighton is as a city. And I love this city, but Brighton's about people, and this is about Brighton not being quite as good. In late night bars, this town was ours. In the cold sea air, I see you bare. We built a life I want to finish, but I don't like Brighton without you in it. Thank you. Yeah, okay, two more on the drinking section of my poetry. Silent barmen sulking bards, drunken Germans drinking hard. Every alcoholic at their ends, I can't go down to the pub again. Woo. My poems are too quick and I smoke too much, I can't breathe. Fucking hell. This is about doing too many drugs with my best mate Lily Holder. The mind control moose is sitting on your shoulder. That's what happens when you let loose with Lily fucking Holder. Thank you.
Right, I used to have this one memorised, but that was a long time ago. It's called Couplets at Dawn. And it's about getting off the bus on the Old Stein a couple of months ago.
I'm German, so it would be Stein.
It's about walking up St James's Street a couple of months ago. Guy shoves palms into pockets, walks past me in the street, says, "No blacks in the Union Jack." I say, "Man, is that what you call poetry?" Should have tried a right hook, because I've got a fistful of Shakespeare and Maya Angelou. I could keep Ginsberg in my cheek, and I could kill Grendel with one brown arm tied in a cotton picker's manacle. Him and his mama, too. My mother was a nation. She could stop a fever with a look, vault a mountain with her fingers, heal a war with brute silence. My aunt confronted terrorists, and her father was a lion tamer. And while we're at it, I can quote Blackadder like I wrote it, navigate Soho with a blindfold on. I've left my nail prints in the House of Commons, second row behind the dispatch box, and as any Doctor Who fan knows, it's the Union Jack when flown at sea. So by the way, friend, this is poetry.
That we're all like rediscovering each other's poetry, or like even hearing it for the first time. Okay, I'm going to do two relatively short ones. This is about a guy I used to see who lived just like Leytonstone, so a couple down from Stratford, during the 2012 Olympics. So going to visit him was just such a ball ache. Rhythmic clunk, bumps, relapses, heartbeat jump, sparks, synapses. Too many times burning right through, I traced the line that led to you. A breeze of air whips the hair you never got to see, claiming fares of all I couldn't be. Cutting through interwoven lines, sunken view, good service signs brought together by the tube. 2012 and the whole world blocking my run. Even London Underground didn't want this one to become a 2. Thank you. So the uni, they just printed it both sides without me asking, so I don't actually know where any of my poems have actually ended up.
Keep it green.
It just makes assumptions. Otherwise, it's £9 a year for you printers to assume what I want.
It's for green impact, actually.
Green. Okay, fair enough. Okay, I respect that. I'm sorry. I'll remember that for the actual show. This is about a very brief fling I had with a lady from back home. My vision went pink. The sun burnt my retinas, and I'd love to think that I was better than her. There's still this thing I can't get over. You remember that musician? The one with the fat rhythms? The one that was our soundtrack, now when it's on I slip back as you slipped out of that dressing gown. We were just messing round as fingertips were pressing down. Fuck, I'm digressing now. Push it down. Just like back in class, holding it in but you had to laugh, or your warm skin contrast to the dew of the morning grass, ravenous. Just like before Copernicus, stuck in conscious ignorance, convinced it all revolved around us. I remember kissing you on that crowded bus, and that was the first for me. Suddenly a screaming scissor G, so venomous, poison spreading like a snake in the grass, slithering, torn asunder, torn apart. Is it too cliche for me to say it all happened too fast? Thanks.
Whose turn is it, guys?
Okay, cool.
He doesn't want to share the mic and he always wants to go next.
Yeah, I want to be on it, Alright, we're going to do our sort of last little round of poetry now. So I'm going to cut my set down really. We'll see how it goes, Alright, this is a darker one. This is about a girl I used to go who had bipolar. And it doesn't have a title, like a lot of my poems. Seduced by an open grave, by pharmaceutical nightmares meant to save, even you at last have turned vulgar romance, its memories blurred. The knife is cold as it waits, her skin tenses and then it breaks. Blood on dead skin stains and runs crimson down the wall. It crawls from her dying veins to the crib that started it all. Cherish the bottle and the risque glitz, she's the rebel of all that is. Thank you. Here's a short one about, you know when you spend too much time on Facebook and you look at like other people that you used to know having a much better time than you. This is my poem about that. That's the title of it. Anyway, it's going to be a very long book. A picture of you and me from back in time by the sea photographed me back to that summer's day. A picture today made me want to die. Thank you. Alright, this is about Brighton Hipster Beard. It doesn't work quite as well anymore because sort of Brighton Hipster Beard seems to be sort of fading out a little bit. Anyway, it's called Beard Envy. It's about my bitterness about having such a shit beard. Yeah, right. Beyond his years, that was Will's beard. Then Jake, that dick, his beard reflecting his personality. Fucking thick. Alright. Here's two love poems about fish. Of all the fishes in the sea, let one be you and let one be me. Thank you. When people tell you there's plenty more fish in the sea, this is how you should respond. There are plenty more fish in the sea. Fuck Fuck you, she was my seed. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Fuck you, I can't take it any longer. It wasn't meant to be. Fuck you, no one told me. You can do so much better. Fuck you. It is what it is. Fuck you. Everything happens for a reason. Fuck you. Take it one day at a time. Fuck you and your convenient rhyme. Thank you. Yeah, this is well rehearsed, this show, as you can see. It's going to be brilliant, honestly.
You
know, yeah.
Really, that should have been the title.
I am dead sober right now.
Dead sober. Oh shit. Fucking hell. Yeah, alright. So this is about, I'm going to do two more, they're both quite short, and then we'll hand over to TK. This is about, I like to go to house parties, I like to steal stuff from house parties, and then I take it to the next house party I'm at, I leave it there, and then I take something from that house, so it's very much like, where's my plant pot gone, whose whisk is that? That sort of thing, that is how you like to live, I like to live your life. Recently I managed to lick 250 straws and a washing up brush, which I'm quite happy with that. Anyway, it's called Kleptomaniac. I love your hopes, I love your dreams, I'm a kleptomaniac, fuck it. Gifts from a lover, they're in my pocket, show you I've got it. I'm a kleptomaniac, fuck it. I love your bath plug, take your power flower pot, the one you let rot, I'm a kleptomaniac, fuck it. Your extended DVD box set, all the books you never read, they are a daily bread. I'm a kleptomaniac, fuck it. Alright, here's my last one, it's called More Than My Cock, it's about sexual assault, I'm afraid. It's about two very bad things that happened to two very close people to me. So I'll just do this and then we'll hand over to TK. She told me in a French bar in a medieval town about 3 bad months in a bad French house. I tell her she's a poet too and I've no right to be writing about you. She told me about a man with no name, how sometimes she thinks she is to blame. She tells me she is damaged goods, comfort her, if only I could. Then I tell her she's a poet too and I've no right to be writing about you. What kind of man makes a girl afraid? These are the days when hashtag yes, all men should feel ashamed. Then I tell her she's a poet too and I've no right to be writing about you. After a glass of wine, to my surprise, mother tells me about my father's friend and how he thought one night would end. Mum, you're a poet too and I've no right to be writing about you. It is women who build good men and I hope for the sake of my mother, lover and good human brothers that when I leave this world I leave it untouched because I want to be, because I want to be, because I want to be more than just my fucking cock. Cheers.
I'm gonna kind of in a weird themey story-ish way, I'm going to pick up with a poem that I wrote to a friend who had gone through something similar to that. Which is weird confluence of things. I mean, obviously, it was planned. It was planned.
Almost like this is a cohesive performance that you will all pay money to see.
This is called. This is called An Open Letter to Little Boy Blue. Some days sadness is a drink me bottle which shrinks you down. Jam jars are sticky skyscrapers, thick with giant thumbprints. Some days sadness has a hammer. It beats your brass to black, finds pressure points, mutes you like a songless flute. Some days sadness fishes words out of your throat with dry fingers, plugs your ears, pulls tears from your eyes like ticker tape on the first day of summer. Some days, sadness lives behind the face of the person who knows the rhythms of your body, but not your name, your dreams, your hometown. Sometimes sadness is a bad grade, a photograph, old poem, wasted milk, torn sleeves, missed calls. Some days sadness is a diagnosis, roaring through the blood like infection. Some days it's quiet, a cancer growing on your bones until you realize you're dying from it. And on such days, on shrunk, drunk, unvarnished days, on horror and filth days, on days that smell of dead crab meat and dirty oil, pick up the phone and remember that I am only moments from you. I'm going to leave you with a love poem, and it is called The Story of Us. I've been writing a lot of love poetry recently, and I've never actually been able to do it before. But I think I'm cracking it. Here, take what I have. Be hungry. Let me watch your throat swell, then snap back to a slash of elegance. Take my hair, my popping joints. Take the belly burn. Take the bad star academic with big cheeks and nightmare lashes. In return, I want your venom and your milk. Your body is heir to slim scriptorian monks scribbling by tallow light. You are worship, magnesium flare. You are peace magic and a comfort that takes me slowly, cell by cell by cell. I will open like a book, spine shivering. I will exist in the span of your smile. Purse your lips, love. Write every word as us.
I'm now going to massively change the tone and bring it back to drugs. Back to drugs? Has anyone spoken about drugs yet? I don't know. We've had drinking, we've had all of the themes, and now drugs. Okay, this one's kind of deep, and then I'm going to try and do one off script. Bear with me. Please do. This is called A Short Poem Written on Drugs. It's light out. I'm high now. Is it my round? I've lined out. My nose is powdery, my head all cloudy and tired out. I hope you're proud of me, but this room is so crowded and my head's so loud it's getting harder to cry now. I'm so sorry I lied now. Cheers. This one is a little bit more fun, and I will probably have to look at it, so I'll hold it here and be as subtle as possible. Okay. Year 7 maths, next to each other trapped, wielding a compass to Year 11 English, listening to MP3s through wires and sleeves, your mum, and fighting in the music rooms for fun. Next thing, it was getting messy, ending in travesty as blood gushed out my cavity. I couldn't keep up and you couldn't carry me. Then raves paved the way to Boris fights and apocalyptic nights and following lines till the end of time, convinced we were actually gonna die. Remember that time I gripped the bar sideways, I was not going to uni that Friday. You booked your shoulders and threw a smile my way and we danced it all okay. By common standards of friends, we tend to talk to no ends, but it's never awkward or tense, we express in pleasant reticence. I've been at my most vulnerable and mentally troubled with you. Strict of all normality as the real me I scrutinise in states of mind impossible to vocalise. I look you in the eyes and try my best to verbalise, but there just ain't the words for all the love about to burst for you, the one at so many firsts. Thank you.